Right, so in today's video I'm going to be cutting this newly seeded lawn for the first time. This video is part of a full lawn renovation, so if you'd like to check out any of the previous parts, such as how I actually killed this lawn off to begin with, and then how I levelled and seeded it from scratch, you can check those videos out in the links below. Right, so it's been about 2.5 weeks now since we seeded this lawn from scratch, and as you can tell, the lawn is coming along really nicely so far. Now, when you actually cut your lawn for the first time, entirely depends on the length of the lawn and how strong the roots are. So there are a few ways you can sort of check when's best to cut your lawn. First of which is just to use a tape measure or a ruler just to see sort of on average how sort of tall the lawn is, and from what I can see from down here now, we're anywhere between 7 to 10 centimetres. Now that might differ across your lawn, so for example, if you've got parts of the lawn like over the far side there where it spends most of the day in the shade, then it might be slightly shorter than the rest of the grass that is actually spending more of its day in the sun. But it could even be the case that, you know, the grass in the shade is longer than the stuff in the sun, and that just entirely depends on the type of conditions you've had since you actually seeded your lawn from scratch. Another way you can check too is just by getting a handful of your grass, giving it a slight tug, and if it doesn't actually, you know, pull out the ground, I mean, don't pull it ridiculously hard, but that's going to tell you that the roots are bedded in quite well and it's ready for its first cut. So I'm using a Hater Hawk today to actually cut this lawn, and the thing that you do need to make sure you do when you cut a lawn for the first time is that you've got to keep your lawnmower on quite a high setting. And the reason for this is the fact that, you know, that plant's very new, and if you end up scalping it right down to the bottom, you're going to have a lot of dieback and your lawn's going to go even patchier and it's not going to start to thrive. However, if you take just the tips off the grass blade, what you can do over the next 2 or 3 weeks, longer depending on what the conditions are like, is you can actually bring the height of cut down to get it to a nice level that you want it to be. So for example, I want this lawn to be cut between sort of 20-25 mil, but I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be cutting on quite a high setting, maybe 50-60 centimetres, and then I'm going to slowly bring it down over the next few weeks, and that's going to help the lawn start to thicken out. So I've got the Hater on the 5th highest setting. I'm going to get on, give it a cut, and see how it looks. It's also advisable to have quite a sharp mower blade before you start doing any of this, but I've never sharpened the mower blade in my life. This mower's pretty new, so no one's going to die. The only issue is, you know, if it's not sharp, if you've got quite a blunt blade, is you can risk tearing the grass and pulling it out, roots and all, but hopefully that won't be the case today. Now, it might be a little bit annoying, but when you are cutting for the first time, you don't really want to be manoeuvring the lawnmower around too much because you can risk pulling some of the grass out. So the best thing to do is just lift your mower, give it a turn, and then from there, carry on mowing. So you can see now the lawn's at its first cut. The blades are lying a little bit flat just because of the rear roller on the actual lawnmower itself. That's not going to do any harm to the lawn because the roots have actually developed quite well. Now, that's quite a weird texture at the moment. You can sort of see it on this side where the grass is obviously lying in all different directions. It looks pretty strange, a little bit like sort of like a shag carpet in a way. You know, it's not really the best sort of aesthetic in the world. But that's because most of the grass plants at the moment are just made up of about one grass blade, and give it a good couple of weeks. As the grass plants start to actually develop, they'll actually get more grass blades and start growing laterally, and the lawn will naturally just thicken itself up. You can see as well, not loads came out of the actual lawn. It's only small pieces, and when you consider how long the grass blades were before we started, cutting off only, you know, around about 1 centimetre of the grass blade is more than enough to actually get this grass up and running. So what I'll do is I'll continue to film myself cut this lawn over the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll see how fast it starts to thicken up. And before we finish today, we're going to get on to the lawn with some of the A1 Lawn Spring Summer Fertilizer. Now, some people might say it might be a little bit premature to get on this lawn with some fertilizer. However, we do have some rain coming this week, starting tomorrow, so I want to get this down before I miss a good chance to actually give this lawn its first feed. So as ever, just eyeball in how much I think I'm going to roughly need of the fertilizer into the spreader. Put on to around about 5. So the holes on the spreader are quite small. And I'm going to do about 3 passes over this lawn. So there we go, the lawn's had its first cut, it's had its first fertilisation, and I'll film every time I cut this lawn over the next 2 or 3 weeks to show you how it thickens up and how I actually bring the length of the grass down. And there we go, it's been about 2.5 weeks now since the first cut, and the lawn is looking pretty decent. So you can see today is the first day I've actually brought the height of cut down, and you can just see how tightly packed all the grass blades are together. And the reason for this is that because I've been cutting it on quite a frequent basis, it's allowed the grass to actually start growing out laterally. It's given us that really thick sward down at the grass level. Obviously it's not perfect, and we still have a few little spaces where, you know, it hasn't completely filled out yet. Now what you can do with spaces like these, you can overseed them, but if you do give them time, they will eventually thicken out as you cut your grass more frequently. So there we go, that's the end of the lawn renovation. In total, it took around about 6 weeks to actually get to this stage, and 4 weeks of that has been from the time of seeding to actually establishing the lawn like it is today. And if you are thinking of doing a job like this yourself, then you've got to really consider the time of year that you want to be doing it. So you can do this in the spring, but it will take longer for the actual lawn to establish just because the temperatures aren't as warm. However, if you do it sort of back end of August into September, you can get some really great results, and it's not too late to actually renovate a lawn because we still have some nice weather over the next few weeks, and we've got quite a lot of rain coming too. Now it doesn't mean that this lawn is without its flaws, because it certainly does have a few at the moment. You can see down here near the front there's a little weed coming through, but if you are proactive in actually pulling these weeds out as they start to come through in your lawn and remove them, then you can keep on top of a problem that can get a lot worse if you do let the problem snowball. So that's it, the end of the lawn renovation. If you did enjoy it, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to check out the rest of this renovation, or if you'd like to see any of my other content, then head over to my channel, and if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. Finally, thanks for watching.